Good evening to everyone. I hope we are doing well. Okay, so to let me know if you're able to hear me. Okay. Okay, great. So thank you for the feedback. Thank you. Where is everyone? Case just to hear. Okay, let's wait for some few minutes. Let's remind these guys that the class has started. They need to make their way in. Okay, at least we have um, a number that has joined. Please let me know what you can remember from our previous lesson. What did we learn last night? Kindly let me know in the comment section. Okay, creation of network for business. Yeah, very important. Building network. What else can you remember? Okay, great. People that will bring business are strangers, money is with strangers. Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Zimba, for remembering those points. Are we together? Or you guys didn't attend the class last night? Just seeing one person responding. Hello. Guys, we need to start. I need to see your comments. What can you remember from what we learned last night? Okay, blending, having a profile picture which is appealing, and creating of a bio. Okay, looks like it's on Mr. Zima that has been following. Okay, so we need to get started and finalize with the class tonight. Okay, so having talked about profile, platform, talked about problem, talked about product, talked about people, talked about promotion. Tonight we'll move to pricing and payment. Okay, pricing and payment. I'm sure a number of you has been waiting for this. Okay, thank you for that point. Usage of digital platforms with huge following, especially WhatsApp, Facebook status to. Okay, we move and payment. Okay, so one thing you should understand is when it comes to pricing, when it comes to setting your prices, as a graphic designer, you don't copy from others. Okay, you may do some research, but you don't copy the pricing from your friends. Okay, yeah, you can do market research, see how other people are pricing, but doesn't mean that you should copy the same. Why not? Because you don't know where that person has list and where the person is coming from and what is making the person do price in the way he's doing. Okay, so how do you price your designs? Okay, I'll tell you how I started pricing. Okay, and I'll give you some recommendations that you should use. Okay, for now, as a designer. Okay, so price is simply the amount of value attached to a product or service. Okay. So one thing is, when we give out our designs, when we give out our services, we are providing the clients. Okay, and in exchange of value, we expect money. All right, and the two should be direct proportional. Okay, so if you want more money, if you want more money, produce more quality work, produce more value. All right, you won't be paid. You will be paid based on the value that you are providing. So as beginners, we know that we can't compare ourselves with somebody who started 2 or 3 years ago. We are just starting right now. Okay, I don't know if you have maybe somebody who started some years back. Then I don't know why you're in the class. Okay, yeah. So I believe we are just starting 3 few months ago. All right, and I just now starting the journey. So every client, when they come to you, they have a price in their minds. Okay, they've got some assumptions in their minds. No, I'm likely to spend this on this design. I'm likely to do uh, I expect this type of charge from this client. Okay, different assumptions, right? Yeah. So now you shouldn't go with the client's expectation, the client's assumptions. Okay, if you charge less, they'll remain with you. Okay, and if you charge more, they'll run away. All right, please let's be engaging in the comment section. Let me know if you are with me. Okay, so As a beginner, you should not make your prices too high to you're just starting. Alright? So that doesn't mean as well that you should make your price too low. No. Because if you do that, your clients will think you do nuisance. Okay? You produce lavish work. Of which that would isn't determined by the price that you've told them. But just because you've lowered the prices, they're likely to think that. Okay? There are some clients who just see that the price that you've mentioned taken is too low, and they even leave you. They'll say they'll get back to you and they'll never get back. Okay? So what do you always remember, the design you are creating for a client should be equal to the amount that you are getting. Okay? Yeah. So like I mentioned last night, each time you get to work on a project, you should put it in your mind that it is this project that will enable me to get another project. Okay? How good you're going to work on that project should recommend you, should speak for you to the next client. Okay? So when a client comes to you, don't rush to mention prices. Alright? Don't rush to mention prices. Okay? Don't rush to mention prices. There are even chances that the client can think you're a scammer. Okay? It's an online space, it's a digital space. Alright? So what do you do then when the client comes to you? So ask more about the client needs. Okay? Ask more, try to understand what they're looking for, try to understand what they want. Okay? If they can share the details, if they're able to share the details, the pictures, everything, let them do that. Okay? Ask a number of questions. Even when the client has asked you that how much do you charge, sometimes just put that question on standby. Proceed with asking questions of what the client needs. Ask what type of design is the design going to be printed? Where are you going to be using the design? Alright? Ask so many questions, try to understand the client needs. Because one thing is you end up charging very low when the project you are working for is requires more of your effort and resources. Okay? You end up charging high when in the normal case the design wasn't supposed to be that high. Because I'll tell you, for me, I can say I have some specific prices, but they are not really specific. Okay, they're not really specific. They change time to time depending. You've got a specific amount. For instance, 50. Charge your flyers one, and then you get to work on a flyer, maybe a conference design, a conference poster that has 15 speakers, and another flyer design which has only one speaker. One event design. Are you telling me that you're going to charge the same? Maybe you can, but try to compare the amount of resources and effort you are putting in the two. They are two different. Okay? The other design you can probably be done even in 2 hours. The other one can even take you for 4 hours, the whole day. Okay, why? Because the complexity is not the same. Alright? So you can have a range of prices and not specific prices. Maybe for some clients who just like, first I just want to know the price, just give them maybe the ranges, all right? So one thing you should always take in mind, what you should always put in mind is when a client comes to you, they want a design, ask them if the design is going to be printed. And if the design is going to be printed, the answer they're going to give you will now give you the next question, which is what is the size of the design where you're going to be printed, where you want to print it. Okay, if I told the design is not going to be printed, then by then you can now decide the measurements for you. But if it will be printed, the measurements should be given by your client. Okay, if they don't know where they don't know the measurements, tell them to go and measure where they're putting the design. For instance, maybe it's a banner. Tell them go and to measure where you want to hang the banner. Okay, if it's meters, whatever, centimeters, let them measure and give you the measurements. If they don't know, just guide. Okay, probably they're just setting up an event, so they just want to be giving out some flyers. Ask Okay, flyers, maybe if it's just handout flyers, you can maybe have A5, maybe A4. You can have maybe on A4, all right? Yeah, so that it can even be better on the, depending on their budget, all right? So after you get the measurements, you design, and then you go to nearest printing place. You add the amount of designing together with printing. You tell the client, and you do the work. Okay, that is if the client is local, all right? So some people just come, asking just to consult, just wanting to find out. You can give them ranges and like specific amounts. Okay, so let me give you some of the examples. Some of the prices I used. I started with. This is about I think close to 5 years now. Okay, yeah. So I started charging about, I think as low as 40 quid. No, I think 60. Yeah, I think somewhere around 60 flyer design, I still moved to 70, I moved to 80, 90, I moved to 100, I moved to 120 flyer design, moved to 150 flyer design, I moved to somewhere 100, and right now I'm at 250. Okay, that is flyer designing only. Okay, yeah. So now you cannot compare yourself to me. All right, yeah. So if you feel like you can deliver, there's absolutely no problem. You can even use my prices. Yeah, just if at all the clients are able to accept, they're able to deliver according to what they need. Okay, so what prices should you start with? Okay, so for posters, flyers, for you, the lowest amount you can charge, I'm going to give you the lowest, the minimum amount you can charge is 100 kwacha for a poster. Okay, for social media design is 100 kwacha. Then the maximum, remember the range from 100 minimum can go up to maybe somewhere 120, somewhere 130, 140, 150. Okay, 150 can be okay, even up to 200. So give you the range between 100 kwacha and somewhere 200. In this range, you can choose where you want to be pricing your designs according to how you've seen your skill. Okay, 100 kwacha is okay, 120 is okay for a start. You actually don't get to the high amount at the same time. You've seen how I was giving you how I've been raising my prices. Okay, from 60 to 80, 80 to 90. Okay, 90, 100, 100 to 120, 150, 170, 200. I'm now at 250. Okay, the last design I think I did it for 300. The last post I did. Why? Because it was too complex. That is just the ranges I'm giving you. So that is for a banner, for a flyer. Okay. Then for wedding invitation cards, designing, if it's just that letter inside alone, okay, you can probably charge almost in the same range. Somewhere the minimum can be 100, I think 150 somewhere there. Okay, 180 can be okay. 150 is absolutely fine if it's just the card inside. Okay, yeah, if it's maybe you're also doing the envelope stuff, now maybe it can increase to somewhere around 200, 250. Okay, because now there are almost two designs, right? Yeah, for designs like what else? Certificates, okay, they can also range in the same, can also fall in the same range. From 100 kwacha, 120, 150, you can see where you can place them. 180 probably, yeah. And then you discuss. Certificates mostly they are not given to one person. Okay, if the client wants to give probably to 15 people, that means you have to design one design which may stand as a template, and then the others just change the names, even if there's other credentials to change as well. Right? Yeah, so you charge for one, and then the rest you charge editing the names and other personal credentials. So that can be maybe you charge the design at 200, and then changing the names, you say maybe I'll charge them at 20. That will give you 100. Okay, 100 quarter per. So that was just the assumption prices. I'm just giving examples. All right. Yeah. So those are the prices you can start with. Okay. Yeah. So I've not talked about logo design. Logo design, you've seen, it doesn't be part of this course. It's not part of this class. Okay, that this is a flat design course. Logo design and flat design, I kind of mentioned the time you are starting, they are different things. Okay, they fall in the same field of graphic design, but they are two different things. Okay, they fall in different branches. Right, logo design and brand identity are different things. Okay, yeah. So if you want to learn about that, you may be guided further on, but you need first to master this, and then later on maybe you can try to learn it as well. Okay, so moving on. Okay, I hope you've gotten something. Please, let's be attentive, let's be following, let's be engaging in the group, in the comment section. Are you guys with me? Let me hear you. Okay, so grads got some few people following. Okay, so on payment, we move now to payment. So one thing, I want you to take this very serious. Before you start any design for a client, make sure he or she makes a deposit, a party payment first. Okay? If you want, you can ignore this, you're going to cry. Okay? Make sure the client has made a party payment, a party deposit before you start the work. Otherwise, you'll be swindled. You'll be scammed. Let me tell you what happened to me. The time I was just starting, what happened with my first project. I remember there's this client, I was just starting advertising on Facebook, was posting in different Facebook groups, okay, and I ended up meeting this client. She wanted, I think that was profile, Facebook profile, Facebook profile design and cover design. Okay, so details, and I was very excited to work on this project. To the client to do the payment, she refused. Like, no, first to do the work. I've been scammed the same way. There's another designer who did the same. They did the work, I paid, and then they are nowhere to be seen. So in our conversation here and there, I trusted her and I started the work. So did my work, and then afterwards, I delivered. I think was the client was very. I'm aware of it. I'm going to pay. I'm like, oh, okay. And stopped responding to messages. After some time, she was like, no, I'm going to pay. And that, some excuses. Um, Up to now, that client has never paid me. Imagine, the first client, like I thought I'm going to receive money from, swindled me. Okay, so it wasn't a good experience, right? Yeah, and I don't want you to experience the same. There has been clients that has never paid me simply because I didn't get any payment. Okay, so but sometimes if you know the clients very well and you trust them, you can go ahead and start at your own risk. Okay, so if perhaps you start the work but no payment has been made, you can also put a watermark. I'm sure you know what a watermark is. You can put a watermark, and then um, you put it nicely. Don't let it disturb the design. Don't let it disturb the the look of the design. All right, so you can put a watermark, and then if they pay, then you remove it. Okay, so um, if the client has paid something, okay, even he or she doesn't like the design, already they've already made some payment to you. So that payment that they have made is for your efforts that you've tried. Okay, whether they like the work, they don't like the work. The fact that you've put in some effort, you've wasted some time and resources, that payment they've made for you, it's non-refundable. Don't clear the other payment. It's okay. but just see the way that you can satisfy the client. Ask why they want to do the changes. Ask if they want to redesign. You can still redesign, there's no problem. Okay, so you can either choose full payment or party payment. Okay, 50%, 60%, or 100% payment. Okay, yeah. So in presenting payment methods, be clear, all right, and make them payable, all right. You lose a client simply because you don't have a bank account, all right. So if it's mobile money, make sure that you write the number well. You also put the name. Okay, don't just have one line. Say a client wants to pay in MTN, you say, me, I just have Airtel. What is that now? You're losing a client whilst your eyes open. Okay, so make it easy for the client to make payment. You lose money whilst you are watching. Okay, don't start a project without payment, right? But sometimes you get to work with clients whereby for a long period of time you get to understand each other. At some point, yes, for those, because you built such a relationship, you can do the work without even payment, and then they'll tell you they'll pay later. I've got a client. Okay, it's been a while since we did some projects, about 3 months. Yeah, so this client, what we used to do, what we do again, say maybe I will do the works in a month, and then at the end of the month, I send an invoice of everything of what the work we've worked, and then they make payment together. Okay. If there are some clients that you've seen that they really want the designs regularly, especially maybe social media designs, you can sign a contract with them, craft a contract, and then you can also for them to accept the contract. And you also say we have this amount of maybe 10% off if we sign the contract. That is, if somebody needs the work regularly. All right. I hope you are getting me. So don't let the client don't start the work without and they can at your own risk. Probably just interested in the design, or maybe you just want to do some work. You can start, okay, but let it not be. Don't start until if they can. Don't be surprised if they don't pay. Some people are like that. If you've got so much time like that, probably you can. Okay, yeah. So that is it on payment and promotion. So the next thing I'd want to talk about is I hope you are following. The next thing I would want to talk about is how to handle clients. Okay, so how to handle clients. So one thing is you need to focus on the results of you need to focus on the needs of the client. Okay, that delivers the results they want. Okay, so there will be some instances whereby you as a graphic designer, some clients would want, they really want, they know everything that they want you to do. Okay, and you as a graphic designer, you've noticed that there are some things that they want that cannot work for them. Probably the fonts, the colors, whatever that you think may not perform well for the design. Okay, so in such a case, when the client insists, okay, so try to recommend what can work for them. Tell them politely, sir, I think this can do well. I think this color cannot combine with the one with this other one. I think we can also use this. I think we can try this and that. Try to recommend. And then if the client still insists on what they want, friend, you are in this business for money. All right? You need to be paid. So if I told you start arguing with clients, some clients will just leave you. All right. So you better just serve their needs and get paid. All right. You get paid, you go your way. If I told you don't like the design, don't post it. You don't have to post all the designs. I post if not designs that I do. Okay. Sometimes it's not even that maybe I don't like the design. Sometimes for now, like I just talk about stuff like that. Okay, I'm sure you, as you are starting, you didn't want to post your work, but there's no work. Okay, yeah, but as you get to move in your journey, you find that you get to have so many clients and you don't even have time to post. Yeah. So here's another thing. Here's another thing that you have to pay attention to. So okay, another thing is, you as a graphic designer, you are designing for the clients, not for your fellow designers. Okay, take this in your mind. Put this in your mind. You're designing for you and for the clients, I mean, and not for you or your fellow designers. Okay, sometimes you'd want to make the design look so good because you want to show off to your fellow designers. You have failed. Okay, you are in the business to meet the client needs. Okay, so make sure that you satisfy your clients. Okay, so now, how do you get clients? Which strategies can you use to get clients? Okay, some people approach you for free work. Some people, friends, families approach you for free work. Should you do that? Okay, so here it is. So one of the ways that let me show you three ways that you can get a client, that you can use. Three strategies you can use to get. Number one is volunteering, doing free work strategically. When I say doing free work, I don't mean doing free work anyhow. So in as much as you're doing free work, it must work for you and work for the client as well. All right, what do I mean? When you're just starting out right now, some clients, when they come to you, they would want to see the designs, the past work you've done before. Okay, they would want to see the portfolio. They want for them to trust you. They want to see something. Okay, that's why you need to build a bank of designs, designs that you can show to clients, nice designs, well designed, well aligned with proper color combinations. Okay, which are able to attract other clients. So they would want to see the designs, but now you don't have those designs to show them. So that means you lose some of the clients, those that insist on just actually seeing your work. So how do you do it then? So by doing free work, you get to show that work to clients. Okay, you get to show that work to clients. You are building a portfolio. So for you to build those designs, you can approach a business. Tell them, okay, I've seen that. So first identify a problem, not just go that you want to do free designs for them. They will not take you serious. Go there as an expert visual communicator. Okay, tell them, I've noticed that on your Facebook page, you don't, you just post texts, pictures alone. I've never seen any design. You don't have this and that. I think if you are to invest in some designs, if you are to improve on your visuals, your sales can improve, your business can improve, the perception of your business can improve by your audience. Okay, so I can create social media designs for you. All right, and then okay, for now, it's okay if you don't pay me. All right, if you pay, it's okay if you don't pay me. But if you're not going to pay me, then you must allow me to use the work to show to my other clients and to put in my portfolio as well. So you get to do the work, and then you start advertising, posting those designs as your work. Okay, you're not going to post that you did them for free. Okay, you will post, these are some of the designs I worked for this client. All right, and if you do a good job, and you must make sure that you do a good job on that client. Okay, and they like to recommend you, they like even to pay you if they like even to hire you. Okay, because you've done a good work. That is how you do free work strategically. Approach a business, approach an individual. Somebody's having an event, they have nothing to advertise, no poster. You can approach them. I think you can reach more audience if you are to advertise by using a design. Okay, something which clearly shows, talks about your design. All right. So you get to do the work, and then you show that work, and you post that work on your socials. You put that work in your portfolio. Okay. I hope you are following. So that is how you can strategically use, how you can volunteer. I once posted, I made a post, I think, yesterday, yeah, about how if you should do free work or not. Yeah, it's on my Facebook page. I talked about some how a certain design helped me get clients. Okay, so there's this design I did I had to volunteer for a certain organization, and then by volunteering, I did, I think, just to design, and they really helped me to convince other clients. Okay, Yeah, I'm not only that, voluntarily I had to connect with this man, the one of the organization, okay, which was also somehow influential. All right, yeah. So that is one way that you can get clients. All right, by advertising, you advertise the designs, you advertise the way, you advertise how you've met the results, you've met the needs of the client. Okay, so number two, since most of the clients will still want you to show their way, to show your as you try to convince them that you can do the work for them. How do you do that? So uh, you can create fictional designs, right? What are fictional designs? So maybe let me put it passion projects. You can hear somebody say passion project. So this is the fictional design is a design that is not real. It's a design that you as a graphic designer comes up with the details yourself, and then you come up with a brief, you search the resources and then design. Okay, you just say, okay, uh, there'll be this event, you get maybe a musical concert, you find some images and put them as artists. Okay, you put the dates, everything. Okay, the whole design, not real. Okay, yeah. So here's one thing you should make sure and you should take note when it comes to fictional designs. Fictional designs, if you're using public figures that are well known, please make sure that the dates that you're going to put there, they are not something that is misleading. Okay, for instance, if you are doing a fictional design, but maybe for your maps, okay, so fictional design means it's not real, right? And then you put the dates, maybe next month, you put everything about the musical concert. That's fictional design. That means when you post it, it's going to mislead people, isn't it? And you may find yourself in problems, and actually new problems. And nowadays Zambia, you've seen how they are pushing these cyber crimes, so you may find yourself in jail. So if at any point you want to create a fictional design for a known artist, maybe for any public figure, make sure that the date is in the past. Okay, somebody just see that and be like, oh, okay. Oh, actually, you may just get one of their designs that was meant for some time ago and then redesign it. It's better. So fictional designs, I just recommend not to use public figures, known people, these celebrities. You can use just any other image, any other design. And nowadays with AI, you can even just generate an image with AI and put it in a poster. Okay, that you can use as a model. All right, that is with fiction designs. So fiction designs are better because you are controlling yourself. There's no one to control you. Your creativity flows as you want. No one is there to control you. Okay, you get to choose colors yourself, fonts, everything to what you think is right. To put in your best, and then you show the your post and show the clients. And also take note of this thing. When you create fiction designs, one of the mistakes I've seen in some designers, they'll create fiction designs and then they go on Facebook and start saying, here's a fiction design I created for this. Come on, bro. Come on. Well, like, why are you saying fiction design? You can mention it if you are talking to your fellow graphic designers. But if you are talking to clients, you don't have to say it's a fiction design. Why? You lose credibility. They won't trust you. Like they'll be like, the design is not real. That's fiction. Of course, it will prove how you are able to do the work, those whatever you've done. It will prove that. But again, you won't be trusted. They will think that you're only designing for fictional designs that you don't have real clients. Okay, so don't mention that you've made some fictional designs for anybody. You just post that here are some of the designs I did for this brand, or just some fictional designs I did. Okay, yeah. So you get to show that to post, show to the clients, and put in your portfolio. Okay. I hope we are learning. I hope we are together. So I hope we are learning. I hope we are learning. So consistency when posting, when it comes to posting online. Please build your brand online. Please build yourself. Build your brand online. Post consistently. Okay. Build an audience online. Please, it's never too late. Start. It's hard, I'm telling you. You want to see the results now, but start. Okay? The longer you see, you think the results are going to come. Okay? If you think the results are going to come very long, you actually be surprised when the results come. Okay? So, one thing, Facebook, social media rewards, the social media algorithm rewards consistency. Okay? You need to make sure that you are showing up. Show up for your brand, show up for yourself. If you don't show up, nobody's going to show up for you. Okay? If you don't advertise for you, create noise. Okay? Let the clients know. Let jog in the client's memory. Okay? Clients hire when you are in their mind. Okay? So by posting consistently, you are getting in their minds. Whenever they think of a project, they're going to remember you. Okay? You may post today on your WhatsApp status, but not and you see no one replies to you. Okay? It's because maybe they don't have the project. Don't know, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, 1 month now, they may need the designs. They may hear somebody who needs a design. Because you've been posting consistently, they know they'll see you. They're going to recommend. Okay? You're not going to see the results right now. You're not going to be having clients, so many clients to go your journey. That's when you get into to have many clients. All right? Yeah, so it's not something like I mentioned with them you're starting. It's not a quick rich scheme. Okay? It's a process. It's something. It's a brand you are building. It's a business that you are building. Okay? Yeah. So make sure that you show up consistently. Make sure that you post, create, show results, explain the process on your Facebook, on your WhatsApp, explain the process of the design, everything. Let the people understand. Show up, explain how you meet clients' results, explain why you need, educate on why they need the designs. Okay? Yeah. So I think any more guidance on how to get a portfolio, I think they will be taught in the community. I don't know if you guys have got questions, but I think we are going to end here. We're going to end here. Just let me know if there's another question, anything else. So we're going to join the community. Most of our tips I may be giving there. Okay? Yeah, this is a channel like I mentioned. I'm just getting started. There's a lot to learn and more to learn. I can tell you that if you're not putting in your best, trust me, you can be a skilled graphic designer, but yet broke can be broke even when you have a skill. All right? Yeah. So away from that, you need to learn how to interact with clients. You need to learn sales methods and marketing. How you can sell, close a sale, how you can market yourself very well. Okay, it's simple what I've been talking about here. All right, but there's more that you can learn along your journey. Okay. Please, guys, let me know of any other question that you have. Don't a specific percentage for a payment. Don't get anything less than 50%. Okay, don't get anything less than 50%. 50, 60% is okay. Yeah. How do you determine the font given a hard copy to duplicate by client? A hard copy. So there's a tutorial on how to determine a font. So it simply capture how you can determine a font on the picture. You may not get the exact, but you can get similar. So just capture, and then it's called what the font. Okay, there's a tutorial on that, and then you can be able to scan the font and see the similar ones you can use. Okay, so I think we can close. So please join the community, be active there. Okay, there's more to learn. There's more to learn, guys. So if there's no any other question, I think we can end here. And then all the best as you get to advertise yourself as a designer, as you get to meet your first clients. Yeah, anything else we'll still talk in the group. Thank you so much. Have a blessed night. So any more questions in case you have a question, okay, after our session, you can ask. When you join the community, we have a community session every Saturday. Okay, for the designers, there's a Q&A question and design review. So you can ask another question regarding clients, regarding anything. Okay, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. So one thing is, my inbox is busy. That's one thing I can always let you know. My inbox is busy, just as it is busy with charity as well, my assistants. Okay, yeah, but you can always reply and help. Okay, yeah. So I hope you've gotten. I think you've learned that. Have a blessed night, guys. Do well to let me know how the class was, and then I'll be glad to hear from you. Charity, are you here?